So hello students, this is video number 15 part 5. So let us continue with the next topic, that is characteristics of sound. Now two sound can be distinguished from one another by the following characteristics: loudness, pitch or shrillness, third quality or timbre. So these are the three characteristics of the sound. Now the loudness of a sound, that is depends upon the amplitude, and pitch or shrillness of the sound, that is depends upon the frequency, and whereas the quality or timbre of a sound, that is depends upon the waveform. So in order to draw the displacement time graph or the wave pattern of a sound, that we can draw with the help of cathode ray oscilloscope, like it is given in your book. Whatever instrument you want to play, just play in front of the microphone, and this is connected with the cathode ray oscillograph or oscilloscope. And when the instrument is being played, the wave pattern will form on it, and from that we can draw the displacement time graph. Now let us move to the first characteristics, that is the loudness. Now loudness is the characteristics by virtue of which a loud sound can be distinguished from a faint one, both having the same pitch and quality. Just see, this is the displacement time graph for a soft note, and this is displacement time graph for a loud note. So just see that in both of the graph, displacement time graph, the frequency is same. This frequency is same, but the amplitude is less. Its amplitude is less than this. So this is the difference between the loud note and the soft note. Now the factors affecting the loudness of sound. The first factor is loudness is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude. Means more the amplitude, more will be the loudness. And the second factor is loudness is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Square of the distance from the source. Means if the listener is close to the source of sound, he hears it nicely. But if he is far away, the sound will be feeble. So we can say that closer the source, louder is the sound. Now the third factor is surface area. Surface area of the vibrating body. Means large vibrating area, so the loudness will be more. Larger the surface, louder is the sound heard. Then the fourth factor, that is density of the medium. Density of the medium. Means more the density of the medium, more is the loudness. Now the fifth and the last factor on which the loudness of sound depends, that is presence of resonant body. Presence of resonant bodies. Means the sound is being produced, and in between, if the resonant bodies are there, the sound will automatically becomes louder, or the presence of resonant bodies near the vibrating body increase the loudness of sound. So these are the 5 factors. Now move to the next, that is pitch. Now you might have seen that the voice of woman is usually of higher pitch than that of a man. If we are standing and somebody is calling from the outside, we suddenly came to know that it is the voice of woman or a man. This is all due to the pitch of the sound. Now pitch is that characteristic of the sound by which an acute note can be distinguished from the flat note of a same loudness. Now just see that this is low pitch note and this is the high pitch note. Just see here, as I said, that pitch depends upon the frequency. Just see 1. Here the frequency is 1, means F is equal to 1. And here the frequency is 2. 1 and 2. So in this displacement time graph, this is the displacement time graph for a high pitch note of frequency 2, and here the frequency is 1. It means that more the frequency, more is the pitch. Less is the frequency, less is the pitch. So like this, the pitch of the sound depends. Now some examples of change in pitch are given. You can go through it. This is very interesting example. As the water level in a pitcher kept under a water tap rises, the length of the air column decreases, so the frequency of sound produced increases, is that the sound becomes shriller and shriller. Thus, by hearing the sound from a distance, one can get the idea of the water level in the pitcher. As we know that frequency is inversely proportional to the length of the air column. So, as the length of the air column decreases, the frequency will increasing, and we came to know that the bucket which is or pitcher which is kept under the tap is about to fill. So let us move to the next, that is the quality of a sound. Now the quality of a sound, that depends on the waveform. Now quality of a sound is that characteristic which distinguish the two sounds of a same loudness and same pitch, but emitted by two different instruments because of change in their waveform. Means different instrument produce different waveform. Like the wave pattern of two sounds of a same loudness means same amplitude and same pitch means same frequency. It means let the two instruments are being played of a same loudness and same pitch. How do we came to know that this particular piano is being played or the harmonium is being played? This is all due to the wave pattern emitted by the two different sources. Now, just see, this is two sounds of a same amplitude. Just see that. The amplitude is same, the frequency is same, but the wave pattern is different. This is called the sine wave and this is called the triangular wave. So the wave pattern is different. Now next is only a tuning fork emits sound of a single frequency which is known as monotone. On the other hand, the sound from an instrument does not contain a note of a single frequency. What it contains a combination of vibration of different frequency and different amplitude. Now the vibration of lowest frequency and maximum amplitude, that is called a principal or fundamental vibration. Means if the instrument is being played, its frequency is less what the amplitude is maximum, so the vibration produced by that instrument are known as principal vibration. And whereas the vibration of the frequency integer multiple of it, means the more and more vibrations are being produced, that type of vibrations are called subsidiary vibration. The subsidiary vibration are of small amplitude. The resultant of this subsidiary vibration obtained by the superposition of all these vibrations gives the waveform of the sound which we hear. Now this is the wave pattern of the two instruments. This is the wave pattern of tuning fork of a same amplitude and this is the wave pattern of the piano. Just see. The amplitude is same, only the difference is in the wave pattern. So the quality of a musical sound that depends on the number of the subsidiary notes and their relative amplitude present in it along with the principal note. So different instruments produce different subsidiary notes. Now at the end, the recognition of the sources of two sounds by their quality. As I said, I have given you the example of male and female. So just because of the different wave pattern, we are able to recognize that this particular instrument is being played. So that's all. Your chapter is finished. And we shall start with the next chapter, that is light. Thank you very much.